Before a single stone is laid, satellite-guided GPS rovers map the shifting desert floor to pin down our absolute coordinates. Every millimeter matters when you are anchoring a multi-ton paradise in the middle of nowhere.
The first battle is against the desert itself, moving millions of tons of unstable, wind-blown surface sand.
Displacement requires sheer horsepower, stripping away the desert's fluid top layer to find stable ground. Heavy excavation begins, carving a deep, geometric footprint directly into the ancient desert basin. Progress halts as the teams strike an unmapped ridge of prehistoric bedrock, requiring immediate mechanical intervention. High-frequency hydraulic hammering shatters the bedrock, turning a geological obstacle into usable aggregate. Constant mechanical pressure fractures the stone, clearing the path for the resort's deep-set foundations. Logistics operate like clockwork, removing thousands of cubic meters of debris every hour to keep the site clear. Specialized high-traction tires ensure the heavy haulers maintain momentum on the treacherous, shifting ramps. Water is a precious commodity here, used strategically to suppress blinding dust and stabilize the pit walls. Air quality and visibility are monitored continuously to ensure operations can run 24 hours a day. The desert heat dictates the schedule, shifting heavy operations into the cooler, unforgiving night hours. Diesel engines burn through the night, keeping the aggressive timeline on track despite extreme thermal swings. As morning breaks, the primary excavation reaches its target depth of 15 meters below the desert floor. Shifting sand walls must be pinned back immediately to prevent a catastrophic collapse of the excavation zone. A shell of high-strength shotcrete seals the perimeter, turning loose desert earth into a rigid, impenetrable retaining wall. Pressurized application ensures every void is filled, locking the perimeter wall into a singular, solid structure. The heavy lifters arrive, signaling the transition from earth-moving to vertical engineering. Precision rigging ensures the massive crane sections guide into place with millimeter accuracy. Dominating the skyline, these tower cranes will serve as the primary lifelines for the resort's upward growth. Massive gear assemblies bear the rotational stress, allowing smooth transport of heavy materials across the entire site. To protect against subterranean moisture and mineral rot, a multi-layered impervious barrier seals the ground. Every seam is thermally fused and vacuum tested to guarantee a flawless barrier against the elements. With the ground stabilized and sealed, the stage is set for the largest concrete pour in the region's history. A skeletal grid of reinforced high-tensile steel begins to carpet the excavation floor. Hundreds of thousands of intersections must be tied by hand to ensure the steel matrix doesn't shift under pressure. This dense subterranean cage will distribute the immense weight of the upcoming luxury towers evenly across the bedrock. Custom-bent steel structural elements reinforce the critical stress zones of the foundation. An uninterrupted logistical convoy brings a constant stream of specialized, temperature-controlled concrete mix. Special cooling agents are added to the mix to prevent the concrete from setting prematurely in the blistering desert heat. The continuous pour begins, a non-stop 48-hour operation to create a monolithic foundation raft without joints. Consolidation eliminates air pockets, ensuring the liquid stone cures into a dense, flawless solid. There can be no pauses. A single cold joint could compromise the structural integrity of the entire resort. Automated laser leveling ensures the massive foundation slab is perfectly flat to within a single millimeter. 50,000 tons of concrete are successfully placed, forming an unyielding anchor in the desert sands. Hydration must be carefully maintained for days to ensure the concrete reaches its maximum rated strength. As the slab cures, teams rapidly assemble the formwork for the basement walls and main elevator cores. The formwork must withstand immense hydrostatic pressure when the next wave of liquid concrete is pumped in. Prefabricated structural steel elements speed up production, flying into place via the towering crane network.
Perfect vertical alignment is checked via digital optical plummets before the steel is secured.
Concrete pumps roar back to life, pushing the structural elements upward from the foundation floor.
Controlled, steady placement prevents segregation of the aggregate within the high-strength columns.
Stripping the forms reveals the first true vertical elements of the subterranean resort oasis. Dual-layer external protection seals the underground facilities against aggressive saline soil conditions.
Earth-moving equipment returns to backfill the perimeter, locking the basement structure permanently into the landscape. Maximum compaction prevents future soil settlement around the resort's outer terraces.
The underground labyrinth is sealed, completing the foundation phase and clearing the way for the superstructure. Control points are transferred to the ground floor, establishing the grid lines for the luxury towers above. With a rock-solid foundation secure, the resort is finally ready to rise out of the sand. The vertical ascent begins as heavy structural columns climb into the desert sky. Thousands of tons of structural steel fly overhead, orchestrated by the master crane operators. High-altitude ironworkers brave the desert winds to secure the main structural skeleton. High-torque friction bolts lock the steel frame together, creating a rigid, wind-resistant lattice. The architectural vision materializes, with sweeping geometric curves designed to deflect fierce desert dust storms.
Local sandstone and limestone are precision cut on-site to clad the concrete core in natural tones.
Blending modern engineering with timeless regional materials, the facade insulates the interior from extreme heat.
Master craftsmanship ensures that every exterior stone joint is airtight and structurally sound.
Terraced levels rise sequentially, creating private overhead garden decks for every luxury suite. Internal systems take root, with heavy-duty climate control infrastructure vital for desert survival. Industrial-scale cooling plants are positioned to drive the complex environmental systems of the resort. Miles of high-voltage wiring are woven through the concrete bones to power the oasis.
The structural skeleton reaches its peak, topping out at its final architectural height.
A traditional milestone achieved, the focus now shifts from heavy framing to enclosure and refinement. Advanced thermal reflective glass panels are installed to bounce away intense solar radiation. Specialized vacuum lifters manipulate fragile glass panels weighing over a ton each with absolute precision. The resort transforms from an open concrete frame into a sealed, climate-controlled sanctuary. High-density insulation ensures minimal energy loss against the external furnace of the desert.
Simultaneously, the exterior earthworks begin for the resort's signature centerpiece, the luxury water lagoons.
Precision grading shapes the artificial waterways that will soon transform the parched terrain. Advanced multi-layer liners prevent the resort's massive water features from draining into the porous desert floor. Pressure locking the seams ensures zero seepage, preserving every drop of water in the closed-loop system.
The freeform lagoons take final shape as structural concrete defines the luxury swimming zones.
Manual detailing creates the ultra-smooth surfaces required for guest luxury and comfort. With the shell complete and the lagoons molded, the resort stands ready for its final transformation.
The greening of the desert begins as a massive botanical convoy arrives on site.
Mature trees are strategically lifted into place to provide instant shade and a lush canopy. Landscaping teams embed thousands of native plants, transforming the dusty site into a genuine biological oasis. A high-efficiency, computer-controlled irrigation network ensures sustainable life with minimal water waste. Inside, ultra-luxury finishes are installed, importing polished stone to contrast the rough desert exterior. Diamond grit polishing brings out the deep luster of the stone, completing the high-end aesthetic. Architectural screens are fitted to balcony overhangs, fusing traditional regional privacy with modern luxury.
Thousands of linear meters of programmable LEDs are integrated to paint the building in light at night.
The heart of the oasis beats to life as the main water filtration and circulation pumps fire up.
Millions of gallons of purified, recycled water rush into the lagoons, filling the resort's aquatic centerpiece.
The vision becomes reality as the brilliant turquoise waters create a stark, beautiful contrast with the surrounding dunes. Submerged systems are energized, ready to transform the water features into glowing jewels at dusk. Their monumental task complete, the giant tower cranes are systematically taken down and demobilized. The heavy machinery departs, leaving behind a clean, pristine architectural marvel.
Final detailing teams wash away the last remnants of construction dust from the grand entry courtyard.
Every surface is polished to perfection, ready to welcome the world's most discerning travelers.
After years of relentless engineering and human grit, we finally completed this paradise, built right here in the sand.
Fluid dynamics and luxury design merge as the exterior water features are fully commissioned. As darkness blankets the desert, the resort glows like a vibrant, welcoming beacon of light. The architecture reflects a flawless harmony between extreme human engineering and the raw beauty of the desert. What once was a flat, hostile expanse of sand is now a world-class, ultra-luxury ecological sanctuary. Every detail delivers an uncompromised experience of comfort, safely insulated from the harsh elements outside. A testament to modern construction, this engineering masterpiece redefines the boundaries of luxury architecture. The Desert Oasis Resort stands complete, a monument to human imagination and structural triumph.
Against all odds, the ultimate paradise has risen from the sand.